Welcome back to Candlekeep. Last time y'all were here, or last time we gathered, probably more accurate, you guys stumbled across Fernir, a new friend, an acquaintance, someone who you're helping with their current troubles. One of their friends has gone missing, Falthrax the dwarf. You followed the trail through a book that had a mirror on it that, after you spoke with it, it opened a portal to a mysterious bathhouse and spa in the middle of a forest. But the owners of the bathhouse claim, or have told you, that it is near Silvery Moon, which, I mean, would make sense. It does seem like that kind of region. The place is very nice. There's lots of enchantments everywhere that Quiniana has detected. Lots of illusions to make things just smell nice, look nice, keep things clean, keep things protected from any accidental damage, things like that. It's a very magical place. Little bits of music is very pleasant, just constantly plays in this place. But it is just gentle in the background and like I said, pleasant. It is the ultimate magical spa. And currently, you are some of the very few guests they have at the moment. You have met a couple of the owners. One who was very loud and boisterous, this Azursa, who was leading exercises outside the spa. And you have met Morgana, who is inside the lounge inside and appears to run more of the business side of things. They have referred to one more of their fellow owners, one more of their sisters, but you have not yet met her. You've also spoken with a butler here by the name of Saith, and you've seen a few of the other, so far unnamed servants of the place and some of the other guests. There's a couple that appears to be having a bit of a disagreement about how long they should stay here at this spa. But most eventful, you guys found a shrine. A shrine to Sune, the goddess of beauty and illusion, that has been broken down and run down and sealed away for many years now. The owners of the establishment claimed that the founder actually built that shrine and built this bathhouse around the shrine, essentially. Not connected to it, but around it spiritually. And but since the founder is no longer with them, since about a decade ago, no one really else cared about the shrine. The bathhouse has become more of just a spa and less of a holy place. And it fell under such disrepair, the shrine did, that they sealed it away. And of course, none of you were going to have that. You had to know what the details of this place were, what the secrets were, so you snuck in broad daylight, nonetheless, but you managed it. You managed to distract the butler and the other nearby servants of the place and slipped into a hole in the roof without issue. Upon entering, there was glass scattered everywhere, several broken mirrors in the room, and a staircase leading downwards past a statue to Sune. The staircase led to a pool underneath the shrine, in which you met a Medusa, chilling in the pool, waiting for you, who attacked you as soon as you noticed it. As soon as it noticed you, rather. That's the way around, yes. Fortunately, though one of you took quite a mighty blow and was dragged underneath the water, you managed to talk this Medusa down. You managed to reason with her a little bit. She was screaming things at you about just asking you to leave her alone and get out of this place and such, and so you tried reason, and it worked. And it turns out that she thought you were sent to kill her, and that's why she attacked. She is actually Silvery Silversong, the original founder of the Restful Lily, the spa and bathhouse and shrine that you had stumbled upon. She urged you to leave her to her misery and to get yourselves to safety before the sisters that run the spa now, who she revealed are actually a coven of hags, before they got to you and cursed you like they cursed her. You guys decided that you weren't just going to run away. You still had a missing person to find, and you weren't just going to let a threat like this sit and hurt more people. You were going to try and take care of it. But as you left the shrine, you noticed a gargoyle sitting over the hole in the ceiling. And as you locked eyes with it, it flew away. That is where we left off last time. Let me bring us over to that map. Hopefully I preloaded it early enough. If not, well,
works for me.
Perfect. So, here you all are. Some of you underground, some of you above ground.
Glass is still all over the place, right?
There is still glass on the floor, yes, scattered all about. If you're wearing shoes, you're protected from it, but it is noisy for you to walk on.
Perhaps we've been spotted. I kind of doubt they'll let us just like crash overnight now that we've been seen inside the shrine.
Which way did the gargoyle fly? Towards the bathhouse?
The gargoyle flew, yeah, towards the bathhouse, it looked like, probably.
Zandri, you said the front door was sealed with magic in the last one, right?
It appeared to be a non-magical substance, actually. It did not come up on Gueniana's magic radar.
Okay.
There was some sort of strong adhesive substance that had dried long ago.
Yeah, my guess is if they use magic, it would be like a screaming beacon of we did this on purpose. There's something magic in here, and they were hoping to avoid that, maybe? I don't know.
How do we want to get out of here?
Unfortunately, I think the only way out is the way we came in, which is through the hole.
Did we despawn the bats?
Good question. How long did they last? And did you cast another spell in the meantime?
That's a great question that I legitimately have to go back in time to see.
Well,
1 hour.
1 hour, okay. Fair enough. So you've got the bats then. I'm not going to put tokens out again because that was a nightmare, but you do have the bats.
Question, would the gargoyle have been able to see us with all the bats everywhere?
I mean, if you guys wanted to say the bats went up early, I think you would have had to say so before. But the bats, honestly, I don't think the bats can fit up the stairs. The bats are twice as wide as the stairs are.
Okay.
Damn, big chonkers.
So you got a lot of bats just kind of crammed downstairs, unfortunately, because you picked a very large creature in a very small space.
I didn't think giant bat would be as big as that, but yeah, here we were.
They're actually like,
thought it'd be like, you know, maybe
like
like hawk-sized bats, not like, you know.
Yeah, big boys. They're like,
well, we can get rid of them then because
horses in size.
I was hoping we could, if they could fit up the stairs, and say we could just have them carry us out, but they're on their own.
There is the statue directly beneath the hole that you dropped in on. In fact, when you all entered this building last time, you dropped from the hole in the ceiling down onto the statue and then climbed down. It may be a bit of a hop up to the top from there, but it's something you could try if you are so inclined. Perhaps one of you has rope.
I know that I have rope. Is the hole bigger than the statue In
It
terms
is-
of,
It is not.
would I have to climb the statue in order to get directly underneath the hole?
The hole is barely large enough for Darbek to fit through. And for near you two small people, you're fine. Those medium creatures can barely wiggle through, and then the statue is a large creature, so it's more than double the size of the hole. I mean, creature, but not creature. It's just the space it takes up is large. So.
Okay. Further question: does
Yes.
the jump spell send me directly up, or
It
can
sends
I?
you whatever it has a duration in which your natural jumps are longer or higher. So you can aim your jump.
So that's why I was asking. Was like, do I have to climb the statue at least a little bit to be in a place where I can jump
Right.
through
Yeah.
the
No.
roof,
You could.
or could I do that from the ground?
How much strength do you have?
I have a -1 to strength.
So 8 or 9?
8.
8. So you can jump. I think it is 2 feet off the ground normally with your jump height. Whatever the jump spell is would, I think, triple that, double that, something like that. The high jump is like 3 feet plus your strength modifier or something. If you get a running head start.
Okay, but like a ring of jumping?
Yeah, so the jump spell. Here, let me.
I
do
don't have the
this.
text for the jump spell.
Yes, I'm gonna fix that for you. I can add the jump spell to the ring. Here we go.
What? Jump.
You should have no charges. If I set the consumption to 0, that should work. At the bottom of your spellbook, you should now see a magic item section. There we go. Now that's equipped. There you go. Now you have the jump spell there. So your jump distance is tripled. And jumping is indeed there we go. The rules for jumping. A high jump is indeed 3 plus strength modifier. I remembered correctly. So with a -1 strength modifier, you can leap 6 feet in the air with a running head start of 10 feet. And the jump spell. And that is the distance your feet leave the ground. So plus the height of your hands. It is half that if you do it from a standing jump. So you could jump 3 feet in the air from a standing position using the jump spell.
How far did I drop down the first one from the head?
That might be enough. I think it was only about 5 feet from the top of the statue to the ceiling.
Okay, I have rope in my bag. I'm going to climb the statue, jump, and then lower the rope.
Can you give me an athletics check? Because as you climb up there and you jump, you're going to be able to get your feet 3 feet off the ground. Then whatever your height is, I imagine something like 3 feet as a gnome. Or something along those lines, I would figure.
3'2".
You're going to be catching the roof with like your shoulders and chest and arms, and then have to pull yourself up. So I think some kind of athletics check here would be reasonable.
Is acrobatics okay?
I don't think this is necessarily an acrobatic maneuver. You're trying to lift yourself up over an edge.
Okay, fair.
But it's not a super hard DC. Yeah, so you manage to get up there and you're holding on. You don't fall, but you get up there and you start to try and pull yourself up, but like the shape of the roof isn't even either. It's like a jagged edge where things have fallen out, and it's just really hard for you to get your body actually up and out over there's nothing for your feet to push against underneath. You're just free swinging, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to pull yourself up from that kind of position.
So Do I manage, or am I just hanging there at the moment?
You are currently hanging there. You have not fallen or anything, but you're just hanging there.
Can I try and swing myself up, like monkey bar style, like get my feet and my knees hooked over, and then use my abs to pull up?
Okay, sure. I think that would be acrobatics indeed, but this is going to be a much higher DC than just climbing up. But I'll allow it. See if you can pull yourself up there. A 20 will do it. You manage to get yourself up onto the roof.
I'm just remembering way back to when I was a kid and like swinging myself up on top of monkey bars and ledges that way.
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, so now that I'm safely up, I lower the rope.
Do you tie it to anything up there?
Is there anything to tie it to up there?
Not particularly, unfortunately. But it may be difficult for a 3-foot high person to anchor a rope for a 6-foot tall metal person.
Hold on.
7-foot tall metal person.
I may or may not be over 300 pounds.
Yeah, it might be a little tricky.
How far is the edge of the roof from this hole?
From the hole?
Yep.
The edge of the roof. The nearest edge of the roof at the high point of the roof is only 7-8 feet away, and then if you want to go down the slope to where the roof is closest to the ground, more like 15-20. 15-ish, I guess.
Okay. Guys, I have a slightly dumb idea. I'm going. Can one of you guys get up on top of the statue?
Is there a reason we're not going through the door if the enemies are being alerted?
I guess it's sealed. You can try to bust your way through if you want.
Door has been cemented shut, essentially.
Oh, I thought I remembered it sounding like didn't look like it'd be hard to break in last session, but we just didn't want to be obvious.
Yeah,
But
if you want to
might be
attempt to
making
break
this
it,
up.
that is a possibility. It would just be loud. And also,
might
who
alert them
knows?
sooner than they'll find out from this gargoyle thing.
And also,
Okay.
yeah, who knows if any of you are even strong enough to.
I can attempt to climb. I don't know if I'm also a big boy.
Climbing the statue isn't too bad. It's got enough things for you to grab onto and worm your way up. It's like very flowy cloth-like statue, but it's made of stone, so everywhere the cloth folds is something you can kind of grab onto, and it's easy to climb.
Man.
Premier tall enough to just pull himself up?
Possibly. How tall is
How
Frenier?
tall? How tall did you say it is?
About 5 feet off the head of the statue.
Wait, and how tall is the statue though?
It is 5 feet off the head of the statue. The distance between the ceiling and the statue is 5 feet. I don't remember
Okay.
exactly what I said otherwise.
Oh, and you already said it's easy to. Okay, you said it's already easy to climb up the statue. I'm 7 feet tall.
Yeah, so if you can get to the top, strength score of -1, a good 3-foot hop, and you'd be most of the way up. So, yeah, makes sense to me. Or not even. It would be a it would be a 1-foot
can
hop for you
reach
actually
and
from a
just-
standing position, but that's fine.
If he could
I have
wiggle
to-
his shoulders through, he could just scramble up.
That's true. He's so large that he can just kind of wiggle his shoulders up
I
and then
can
plant
literally
his hands. Yeah, that's
Put
true.
both of my hands straight above my head and just.
Yep, that makes sense. So yeah, you're able to easily get up.
I'll do the same.
Okay.
So, Premier, is Darbeck tall enough that he can just do that?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm almost 7 feet tall.
And then we have plenty of weight to anchor the rope for Zendri.
Darbeck, also the strongest member of the group.
Does he have a 0 strength
Yeah.
modifier?
Woo!
Woo!
I have +2 for Dex.
Yeah, so your chances of
like-
breaking down the door are a little slim then, so this is probably for the best.
Well,
Right.
to be fair, I have a crowbar and a hammer, if that helps.
It would help, yeah. That would give you advantage.
I also have a crowbar and a hammer.
Mm.
And some pittons. I forgot about those. Oh, I only have one. It's not super helpful, but you know.
I mean, I think you guys carry more weight than Xandri weighs, so
Probably.
Anyway,
33 pounds.
I'm carrying 32.8 pounds.
Xandri is currently carrying almost twice his weight in stuff in his inventory, which is kind of funny to me. I'm now
I'm pretty
picturing
sure-
Xandri as with a giant backpack like full of things.
I'm pretty sure Queniana is carrying significantly more than twice her weight
Perfect.
because she's 45 pounds and her inventory is 103.
Yep. So you guys are both loaded with heavy packs. That's funny.
Wait, I have a bag of holding. I could just put all my stuff in the bag of holding.
True.
It is a thing you could do. Okay, I'll climb up and just like easily pull myself onto the roof. While also being very awkward because I'm a 7-foot tall dragon humanoid.
All right.
I also have
I
50
will-
foot of rope to help. But I think everyone has rope.
Yeah.
We'll say at this
What-
point then, with heavy enough people up there anchoring it for Zandri and Darbek being able to climb out, you guys managed to get out of the shrine just fine. So, you're all on the roof. What you doing?
How did we get up there? I don't even remember. Did we just climb?
We jumped off the tree.
How tall?
Huh.
How much of a drop is it?
How did I get up there? I don't even remember.
We jumped off the tree right here.
I don't think. Did we do that?
How high up is this place from?
It is like the peak is like 20 feet up, the lower part's like 15 feet up.
I mean,
Do we
you
still
guys
see the
can
gargoyle?
lower up the small ones of us by rope.
Do we still see the gargoyle?
No, it is gone at this point. You're not sure where it went.
Okay. All right. I guess should we go find the butler, or should we have a different plan since
I
the
think
gargoyle
step one,
stopped?
getting off the roof.
I don't know much about like scaling down walls. Is it like not that hard to do?
If one of you large folk can hold a rope, Zandri and I can just climb the rope down.
And normally going down a like a little bit of a drop like this wouldn't be too bad. You could hang off the edge, that kind of thing. When you guys are carrying like hundreds of pounds of gear, it becomes a little harder to safely land after even a short drop. So yeah, something like a rope may be a good idea.
Okay, I'll hold on.
Because we could just lower the short people down and then just tie it to like a tree or something.
Possibly.
Tie it to like a tree or something.
Because then they'll have counterweight and they can try to scale down the rope.
And swing.
I mean, you could also just freaking Tarzan it.
I mean, you guys are what, 7 feet tall?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, were there any windows here? I know there were mirrors, but were there any like window ledges or anything?
No, it has all been sealed up basically. It looked like when you were scattering on the outside that perhaps at one point there were mirrors here, but they've all just been boarded over.
Yeah, but like would there be any like ledge poking out the bottom? Like You know how most windows have a protrusion bit?
Not on this building. The windows were just sort of
Okay.
gaps in the bricks that have been
Oh.
sealed over. Also, the roof goes out farther than the walls. So you'd have to swing back towards the building and hope to catch a ledge, which could be possible, but again, very difficult when you're carrying a bunch of gear. So what we doing?
I mean, okay. So can we lower? Let's lower down.
Wait. Dark. Which Darbeck and Frenier? Which one of you is heavier?
I weigh 250. Can we not? Can we just drop our bags or like gear and then safely drop down?
Well, I have a potion of climbing that we stole from somewhere.
Hmm.
So if the heaviest person anchors the rope while the rest of us go down, and then that person drinks the potion of climbing, they can just kind of scale their way down.
Makes sense to me. How much of a chongus are you, Darbeck?
I am 314.
Okay, Darbeck is the biggest chungus.
I am metal.
All right, I like this plan. Shall we get down quickly?
Yeah. I had an idea if we could tie a rope to the statue and that would work, but this also works.
That's a good idea.
This way, at least we don't lose our rope.
Yeah.
True.
Jordan, does the potion of climbing work the way I think it will?
It should say on the potion. Potion of climbing. Climbing speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour. What is the way you think it will? That differs from that.
I guess advantage on strength checks. I guess the big thing is climbing down. Like, would it
Yes,
help?
it would
with the
help climbing down.
instead of-
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I believe a climbing speed. May have to check this. I think actually, wait, it should be here in the. Oh no, okay, no, it is not something like spider climb actually, but it would still make it easier for you to climb down, I'd say, because of the advantage. Yes, because a climb speed is different from just Spider-Manning things. Climb speed just lets you not spend extra movement to climb. So, yeah, they would definitely be easier though. Absolutely.
So Darbeck is the heaviest and the least weak, and we give him advantage on his strength check for getting down.
Seems pretty good.
Like a good plan. Is there supposed to be music playing?
No.
No. Okay.
Darbeck, you anchor the rope and have this potion of climbing, and I will give it to Darbeck.
Sounds good.
All right. Darbeck, give me just an athletics check. I'll let the climbing potion give you advantage here. Just to anchor the rope well enough. This is a fairly low DC, but just to anchor the rope well enough while everyone goes down the wall here. This is more so you holding on to the rope and not letting it go than it is anything else. Okay, I think with a 9, the DC I was setting for this was 10. So I think, unfortunately, the one person you're going to drop is Frenier, who's a little bit heavier than the others. And with average strength, it is very difficult for you to keep an entire more than 300 pounds of weight steady by yourself at the end of a rope. So Frenier, you're going to fall just a short way. Not too bad. And you're going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Not too bad at all. But minor mishap there. As Frenier gets dropped.
Ow! What was that for?
I'm not strong. I'm good at being quick and nimble.
Okay, just get down.
Okay, is that another athletics check?
It would indeed be, but this one is another DC 10 at advantage. Not too bad. There you go.
Oh, it actually rolls great when it's only yourself that's at risk.
This would be a lot simpler if we just had someone who could just Spider-Man up a wall.
My monk is almost there. My monk can almost walk vertically on walls in Ashley's campaign.
Jordan's new character can do that too.
Yeah, Jordan's new character can do that. That's true. So you guys
All
are on
right,
the
so
ground.
now we're off the roof.
You are indeed. Let me grab you all and pop you out here.
Hold on a sec. I think Eric might be home. Not sure.
No worries.
You just, in the meantime, just lift Fenrir up 10 feet and drop him real quick.
Just 10 feet. 0 feet.
Emger boy. Did we figure out, or were we told what this big round building
Yeah, I
was?
never noticed this like at all.
I know I wanted to ask about it in the last session, but I don't think we got to.
I think
Nope, someone just knocked on our door.
Okay. I think I described the building at the very least. It is a tower of some kind. You have not learned any other details about it, but there is a tower. It is several stories tall. It looks to be about 3 stories tall, not including the roof.
Oof, that's big.
Yeah, it's pretty tall. Where do we want to go?
Do we think that the gargoyle was with the manor, or just something
I
else?
I think
mean,
it's safe to say that if they're hags, that they're definitely having eyes everywhere.
it's
No, you know what a
generally
hag
best to
is.
assume anything that can go wrong has gone wrong.
It is as you're having this conversation that you hear Saith approaching, saying, "Hello, yes, anyone? I've prepared the rooms like you asked. Where did you all go?" "Ah, I found you."
Oh, over here. And I believe I owe you some gold.
"Indeed, yes. I believe the rest of you have already paid 4 gold for each of you staying the night. Indeed. Are you sure that none of you would want access to our services while you are here, if you're going to be staying the night anyways?" "You, sir," he kind of looks Fenrir up and down. "I mean, we could, hey, you look a bit dirty. We could wash your clothes for you while you take a bath or something, get you all cleaned up. Were you that dirty earlier?"
Yes, I've been spending a lot of time. We don't actually. We're still figuring out how we got here exactly as well. So I'm okay though. I don't mind a little dirt in my clothes.
"Oh, of course, of course. And you, sir, I'm sure you'll be happy to see that you can see the trees very clearly from the bathhouse. So if you're still lacking the trees, I know there's no substitute for being out in nature, but perhaps you could relax indoors and get out of the sun, but still admire the trees from a distance. I'm sure it'll be, well, it'll do wonders for your health."
Yeah, what time of day is it?
It is. I mean, it's not long after you guys arrived, which I think I described as like late afternoon. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
That sounds
Okay,
right.
so Xander's gonna say it's bedtime.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was asking. Was it unreasonable to say, like, would it have been really suspicious if I said something like, "How about we rest tonight and then decide on treatments in the morning"?
I mean, it's something you could say, but it is still hours from night, like hours before sunset, even. If not like a quarter of a day away.
All right, that answers my question. I will not say something so suspicious.
Oh, and yes, for you as well. I had a discussion with the sisters. They said there was some discrepancy over hair length in a discussion with you, and they wanted me to assure you that if you want, we could lengthen your hair before we trim it, if that would be better.
That kind of defeats the point of trimming it.
Well, it would be longer overall, but you could go for a different style, or it's really up to you. We could do whatever you want. The sky is the limit here. That is why we have a large sky roof in our bathhouse.
I'm intrigued. How much would these treatments run?
Oh, well, there's a whole menu, but if you just want access to the baths, of course, your own personal changing room, robes, a set of standard hygienic supplies of that nature, of course, and access to meals here while you're at the establishment, which will run you just a few extra silver per meal, but really they're quite worth it, I assure you. That whole sort of basic package would be an additional 5 gold pieces. But it will last as long as you stay here.
If I were to experiment with the hair alteration,
Indeed. Let me find the menu of services in the adventure guide, which was here somewhere, I swear. There was a whole sidebar about it. Where did it go? Ah, I found it. Well, the other services we provide, lengthening and trimming hair would only be 2 gold pieces, of course. A shave would be a single gold piece. We could also increase the size of your beard if you wish, for those bearded folk among you. Or a waxing would be 10 gold pieces. Unfortunately, that wax is a little harder to come by. Massages can be booked for 20 gold pieces per hour, and trust me, they are very worth it. We have a master esthetician on service who handles that, and the waxing, shaving, haircuts, all of that. That is all his domain. And of course, manicures and pedicures start at 2 silver pieces, but the price may increase depending on the cleanliness of the customer's feet. All of our services very worth it, if you ask me. Absolutely.
insight check.
Go for it.
Does he genuinely believe the services are worth it?
I mean, he's already told you at one point while you were here that he would really appreciate it if you guys could buy some of the services and give him a good rating so that he would get paid better and so on. It's pretty clear to you that he is upselling the place pretty dramatically, but you don't get the feeling that he is he's a salesman. You don't get the feeling that he's trying to sell you junk necessarily, but you do get the feeling that he's absolutely desperate to get you to buy something.
Just he doesn't have to do like the whole spiel again. I just want to like go back because there's a lot of different numbers. What was the basic package?
Just access to the basic facilities while you are staying here, for as long as you stay here, no matter how many nights or whatever.
And then
5 gold pieces.
5 gold. All right.
And then it's 4 gold a night and 5 silver per meal.
So we paid for one night. So one sec. Give me a sec to check my money.
I
Well,
think
that
just
mirror we found did actually fetch a pretty price. So, I'll cover the 5 gold each for the 4 of us to have free access to the facilities.
Very well. And he will happily take your money. Will you all be enjoying dinner with us tonight? We'll be in just a few hours. Lady Greensong will be preparing it this evening, and well,
that was 5 silver, right?
yes, 5 silver per each of you per meal.
So 2 gold for everybody.
Our Lady Greensong's meals are far and wide renowned. She creates incredible dishes that are healing and detoxifying.
Hmm.
I'm gonna fork 2 gold over to cover that for everyone.
Excellent, thank you, sir. So, I will expect to see you all at dinner then. I'll make sure that extra places are arranged.
Great. In the meantime, like to see our rooms and
Of course.
get ourselves stuff.
Right this way, if you would. This door here will provide convenient access to the back half of the bathhouse.
Jeez.
I don't even know there's a door here.
My game lagged for a second. I went in like 4 different directions.
Oh boy. These doors here are the treatment rooms where you may have a massage or a haircut or whatever other treatments you may purchase. And here, of course, is the lounge you saw earlier. Good afternoon, Lady Morgana. She does not respond. And here are the guest rooms. You all may take the ones down at the end of the hall, if you would follow me around the corner. And there is a servant standing in the hall, just sweeping. These 4 doors, you may arrange yourselves as you wish. These 4 are open.
I claim this corner.
All right. So as you guys enter these rooms, you can take a look around and see what you've got here. Each of the rooms is well furnished and has a comfortable bed, a sturdy chest for storage, a wall lantern, a full-length mirror, and a desk that holds small bottles of lotions and soaps. Complimentary, of course.
Detect
you are-
magic?
Yep, go for it. They are all pretty standard and cheap lotions and soaps. They don't appear to be magical. You're each given a key that locks both your door and the chest in the room. So that is up to you guys how you want to handle that. But you got place to put your stuff, which Saith actually recommends. You may as well unburden yourself while you're here. You don't need to carry around such heavy packs, of course. Just relax. These rooms are secure. The chests are very sturdy, and you should be able to just chill in this place.
And what if the packs are part of our fitness regimen?
Oh, that is fair. I'm sure Lady Izursa would have potentially more fitting fitness supplies for you to work with if that is your aim while you're here with us. But you can always come and get your supplies later if you wish, or bring them with you now if that's where you're headed next. But you can trust that these places are secure, and I know many travelers are wary to part with their belongings for even a moment, but trust me, your back will thank you. As will your feet.
Right. Well then, we'll take this time to get ourselves settled.
Sweet. He'll also hand you, oh no, it's the same key that lets you access into these rooms. He will instruct you. There are changing rooms out front by the bathhouse, which each of those keys will unlock one such room. Inside, you will find robes of various sizes. Feel free to pick the one that fits you the best. If you ever want to take a bath or have another service performed, that is the recommended outfit, of course. And for your convenience, those doors will lock and only open for your personal key. And for added security, there is again a second chest in each of those changing rooms where you may stash any of your belongings you took with you to that location. We believe in security and privacy here, of course. Is there anything else I may assist you with before I depart to make sure that dinner will be prepared for you all and such?
I'm fine as is. Don't know about the rest of them.
I'm good.
Very well. I will be off then, and I hope you enjoy your stay. And he'll disappear off back around the corner.
Right. I have one question just for game mechanic. Did you say you have like someone had a bag of holding?
You have a bag of holding, and that's what I was going to suggest as soon as we were left alone. I was going to go out to the hall and signal you guys into my room.
I was gonna ask how the mechanics on that worked, but that's And-
I don't think it accumulates weight, but I could be wrong.
As you peek out into the hall as well, you notice that same servant that was sweeping the floor earlier has made their way around the corner and is beginning to sweep down the hall.
all right. Just to test it, I have 2 sickles. I don't need 2. I was gonna put 1 away in that chest.
And
I want to see what happens.
Yeah, to confirm, the bag of holding has a weight limit that it can carry, but while stuff is in the bag of holding, it doesn't count as heavier for you holding it. If that makes sense. It's
What is the weight limit for the bag of holding?
500 pounds. It also has a space limit for things like the 64 cubic feet or 500 pounds, whichever comes earlier.
Okay.
Which honestly, I'm okay with just kind of hand waving, unless you guys try to fit something like an elephant in there. Like, it's fine until you try to get ridiculous
Damn,
with it.
there goes my second conjure animal idea.
So I was gonna gesture everyone into my room and then close the door so that the servant can't see.
For the sickle, I dropped off intentionally. Should I just go to 0 on that for the time being, or
Things you're putting in other storage stuff. Is that the plan there?
yeah, I'm gonna put it in one of the room storage things.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, however makes sense for you to mark it. You can you could edit the title so it says in storage or something, or I don't know, whatever you feel like.
Yeah, let's do that just in case. All right. Oops.
You two
So
large
for
folk
me-
coming? The dragon.
Sorry, I'm dealing with Grubhub being
Sag.
annoying and still not sending a driver for my food.
Classic.
Are we putting stuff in the bag of holding?
That's what I was gonna suggest. Definitely want to keep our armor on. I know it'll look a little clunky, but don't want to be without it. And any weapons that we don't use right away, or any of our bulky stuff, can go in the bag of holding.
Also, while we're all in the one spot and discussing it, I'm gonna cast Goodberry and say I don't trust the food, so we'll actually have nutrition.
Thank goodness, I was wondering how we were gonna eat.
Arbeck just says, "Do I actually need to even eat the food?"
How does Darbeck work in that
He doesn't.
sense?
He doesn't eat.
Does he burn oil?
Like,
Does he
so
fuel
like in
up
that
with
case, can we
gas?
just everyone just dumps their food into Darbeck and then it just stays there? Like, can he be a
I-
temporary trash bin?
Can I have 2 berries since Darbeck
I
dropped
mean,
me?
how many do I make?
Up to 10.
I think it's tens. I mean, yeah, I'm sure.
Nice pod.
Can I
don't
be a?
think we want to have more than one berry. One berry's enough for a day.
Can I be a food bag of holding?
Well, it does say that you don't need to eat, so you probably still could eat. So if you want to be a food trash compactor or something, that's fine with me. It all just gets like
Wow.
incinerated in a robotic furnace or something.
I'm
I'll have
down.
to do that during the dinner.
I've
I
always
just,
good Darbeck for actually eating the food that we have tonight.
I just like start coughing, but secretly I summon my mage hand and like switch all our plates around so I have all the food.
Perfect.
All right, so in terms of item stuff, I think
Technically, if you keep your mage hand active, you don't even need to cast or anything. You just control it, and it's invisible. Pretty sweet.
Hmm.
Sorry to interrupt.
we can get to dump most of my stuff. I think the question is my shield and the wooden staff, which is my entire spell casting.
Keep the staff. Pretend you need it to walk or something. The shield you can wear on your back and just say it's too precious to part with or something like that.
So, yeah, I mean, 4 plus, I mean, like, yeah, I'm adding like 40 pounds. 50 pounds. So, like, I'm assuming we should be fine then.
Alright.
Okay, so we're getting rid of all our like random bulky stuff as well.
Anything
is
that's
what's
not
happening?
like an essential.
Yeah, so like crowbar, bedrolls, torches, potions.
Are we gonna keep tabs on that, or can I just call all those things just like not on my person?
That is up to you. Whatever. If you feel confident in just remembering that, then that works for me.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm gonna
just
do my
have
best.
if it's not equipped on me currently, it's in the bag.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep all of my equipment and my 2 daggers, put my bow and everything else in the bag.
Yeah, my crossbow and crossbow bolts are going in the bag. I'm keeping the 2 daggers on my person. Actually, no, I'll only keep 1 dagger because I can summon shadow daggers if I need to.
I likely will not remember, but I trust all of you.
We'll do our best to keep each other honest.
Sounds good.
If we try to use something, it's because we forgot.
I mean, we could easily just mark the things that are on us with like a little symbol or something.
I mean, I don't really
However you want to do it.
see that as an option. I just see.
I mean, just edit the title and just add like a little like asterisk or something to it.
No, I pretty much always forget to use the things in my inventory anyway, so it's
Fair
fine.
enough.
I'm gonna have my daggers, my goggles, my cloak, and my blood vial of my blood that I use for blood stuff.
Yes.
That
The
doesn't
blood
sound
stuff.
menacing. And not
No,
from like PTSD from the other campaign with blood stuff.
it's a free +1 to all my attack rolls. And it helps me recover sorcery points.
Mhm.
I was
Jordan.
also gonna
If I so my arm blade, If I take one of my daggers and hit it against my arm, does it clink? Like differently than what? Okay, never mind. I'm a metal person, anyways. Never mind.
It does. I'm gonna say it doesn't look. I think part of the point of the arm blade is that it doesn't look any different than like your other arm does, because it's a concealed weapon. So I think it would hold up pretty well to inspection. If anyone was to, for some reason, tap your arm or whatever, it would probably hold up fine. That's
Yeah,
kind of
I
the whole
just kind
point.
of,
So
I just kind of wanted to like have my dagger and be like, well, if anyone even takes this, and then just like my arm blade. But I'm metal anyways, so it would just clink and they think it's my skin. Anyways, moving on.
Old metal skin.
I was gonna
So-
say, is there a way I can check what the all those like lotions and soap are? Like to make sure that if they're actually what they say they're supposed to be, or
They're not magical, I can tell you that.
you can give me an herbalism check if you want. If you have herbalism as a proficiency.
I do. Where is herbalism?
So if you have the set of, just pick another wisdom skill that you're proficient in, and that'll be fine, like medicine or something.
So I have an herbalism kit, but
Oh, if you have that, you should be able to roll it if you click it. That makes it easy.
there we go.
DC 14. Hey, 21. Easy clap. So yeah, you recognize a lot of the ingredients here. They're pretty common stuff, just from around, like stuff you'd be able to buy at most. You'd be able to find in any city around the land. It's from fairly local ingredients. Like I said, simple stuff. It seems harmless.
Okay. Basically, I'll just kind of do that. These seem fine to them. I have to just start like rummaging through each of the bottles.
Did we nick the complimentary lotions?
Yep.
Okay, I clear all the lotions out of my room and dump them into my bag of well, yep. I clear all the lotions and dump them into my bag of holding.
All right. Yeah, you can add the hotel lotions and soaps to your bag of holding. The little mini
Even
bottles, the
D&D
tiny
doesn't
ones.
prevent us from stealing from hotels.
I mean, we're just gonna go into each room and raid them all.
So, like those
Real quick.
tiny little like single-use bar soaps that barely last more than like one shower, but things like that.
Yep.
Mage Hand only lasts for a minute.
Yeah,
Dang it. Okay, never mind.
it do only last for a bit. True.
I was gonna cast it and just have it in case I needed it for the dinner, but if it only lasts a minute.
Yeah, and you do have to speak some sort of magical word and make some sort of motion with your hands in order to cast it, so it might be tricky.
You just gotta wait till they say dinner's ready, scream the spell as if it's act like you're excited, and then just haul it to the food.
Hmm.
You guys, but I could use a sleep before we start poking our noses into places. I did get slammed around and then nearly drowned.
One quick callback, real quick. I did just reread your Mage Hand Legerdemain feat, and it says that you can perform these tasks without being noticed if you succeed a sleight of hand check contested by perception checks. So you could potentially hide it. It would just be a lot of sleight of hand checks. Yeah.
Well, I can perform stowing, retrieving, or using thieves' tools without being noticed. I can't summon it without being noticed.
I think that's lame, so I'm going to let you summon it without being noticed if you can pass the check.
Okay.
Pog.
Good thing I have a plus 11 to sleight of hand.
Hell yeah. Anyway, sorry for interrupting, Quiniana. What was that you said?
I don't want to go poking our noses into stuff tonight because I was slammed around and then nearly drowned.
That's pretty fair.
Oh, and then I was nearly turned to stone. Forgot about that part.
Yeah, Quiniana's had a rough day. That's true. So what do you guys do now? There's a little bit of time before dinner.
How
You're just
long
gonna
is
wait
a
until then?
short rest?
An hour. You could probably get a short rest in before dinner if that's what you're looking to do.
I was going to suggest it.
Short rest doesn't do anything for my spell slots, correct?
It does for warlocks, yes. You get them all back.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, warlocks
Yeah.
get less spells than other people, but they get them back on short rest instead of long rests, so you can recharge quick.
All right, I'm gonna take a short rest.
All right. Everybody on board for that? No dissenting opinions?
No dissenting opinions.
All right. So,
I'm just typing. I'll leave your room.
this nobody will disturb you here. The servants, you guys can close all your doors, and the servants won't come in to bother you. They'll know that you're in there, and they won't try to clean or anything like that. The butler is off doing butlery things, etc. So you may all complete a short rest.
Short rest.
Roll hit dice if needed. All that.
Is new day? No. Right, because we're just taking like a nappy.
Yep.
Cool.
Just to double check, it's long rest to reset spells, right? Like
For
not
you,
spell
it is
cost,
yes.
but like the preparation. That's a long rest, right?
That is also a long rest for you. Yep.
Just making sure.
That's a fair question. I think there's something that wizards can do on short rests with that stuff, but yeah, unfortunately for a druid, that is a long rest.
Well, now that I've taken a rest, we can go exploring tonight if you guys want.
We meeting?
Do we think they sleep? Does anyone know anything about hags?
Would I know anything about hags?
Oh boy. Would you know anything about hags? That would be an intelligence check, Arcana, if you want to try and recall something about hags.
+5. Why not try? Perfect.
Arcana.
I'm not gonna.
Fair enough. You know you in particular, Quiniana, do know at least a thing or two about hags. They tend to be most powerful when they are in small groups, but they don't tend to form much larger groups than small groups. They tend to be too argumentative for anything more than small groups. But the power of combined hag witchery is quite potent indeed, and something to watch out for sure. Something you might not want to face head on is something you would know about that. You don't know anything about hags' sleep cycles, and in fact, There are many different kinds of hags, you do know that, and I don't think you guys have discovered what kind of hags these are, so it might be hard to narrow down more specific things like that.
Would I know that some
Hags.
hags are stronger at night? If some hags are stronger at night?
I think, yeah, especially since you come from a very dark place, you would understand that some creatures of the darkness are a little stronger in the dark, but you're not sure what kind of hags these are, so.
So, looks like we're dealing with a small coven. Do hags have covens? It's a coven of hags. Three is probably about as many as they could handle without killing each other. And depending on the kind, they might be stronger at night, and you probably don't want to interact with all three of them at once, ever.
I assume Quiniana just said this to the party, so how do you all respond?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Cornea. And with that, he was ready for dinner with the hags.
This sounds like a sitcom or something, I don't
It sounds like a really terrible movie.
know.
Holy shit! He just came on for the first time while I was downstairs. I think it's somewhere in this room.
Oh boy.
I mean, it didn't scare me, but I was like, dang, it's. I don't think you can.
It's getting hot in here, or is it just me? Huh. All right.
There you go.
Unless
So-
someone else has any.
So I
something,
missed
yeah,
the
was gonna
last
say,
like
I'm
30
good.
seconds because I was checking it out.
Hags do powerful in combination with each other. You don't want to fight them when all three of them are near each other. Also, it's dinner time. That is the last 30 seconds.
Dinner! Trash compactor, trash compactor.
Trash compactor. I barely know.
Uh-huh.
Yo?
Indeed.
Compactor.
All right, so you head out into the lounge, which I believe I've already described to you before. There's a fireplace, there's little game boards, a couple tables, and a large like counter space, so sort of a bar top area that you could sit at. Several of the ladies of this establishment are already here. Morgana, where she's been sitting since you arrived at the fireplace, she appears to be reading something on on one knee, and then she's got a piece of paper she's scribbling on the arm of her chair as well. Just writing things down occasionally. Lazursa off in the corner is wolfing down a bowl of food, a massive bowl of stew. The couple that you've already seen here is like barely touching the food at their table and just like quietly bickering in the background, just muttering back and forth. And there's a servant at the bar.
Quick question. Do Warforged get drunk?
Yes, I believe. I think you have you do not have any resistances to poison, correct?
I do. I have damage resistance to poison and condition immunities to diseased and magical sleep.
Alright, but you're not immune to the poisoned condition, so you can get drunk.
Okay.
Because that is considered a poison.
Curses. That foils that plan. I was going to challenge the hags to all a drinking contest if I don't get drunk.
You do have advantage against poison saving throws, it looks like.
You do it anyway. Do it anyways. Why not? Chaos.
Morgana looks up from her paper to you, Frenier. Yes, can I help you? Are you looking for one of our services? I advise you to take a meal first, at least. Mr. Golden Scales.
And I guess Frenier is AFK.
Sorry. It's taking off my jacket because there's a bunch of heat pouring in.
No worries.
I
No worries.
apologize. I was distracted for those comments. What were they asking? If I want to take a seat?
Oh, they just noticed you standing next to them, and they were like, "Can I help you?" And then they started saying several things because you weren't responding. So they're like, "Are you looking to get like? Are you looking for magic? Like, you need a spell? Because we got spells, we got like treatments, we got."
It's like Free Guy when Ryan Reynolds comes
Yeah,
up
exactly.
like an AFK player, and he's trying. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna sit with my companions over
Yes.
at the bar.
Yes, of course. And she'll go back to what she was
I was
reading.
about to push you. I was about to push you to the fire, saying he needs heat.
Oh man, I was investigating.
As you guys all take a seat, the servant will step back here and knock at the door, and then step aside into this corner over here, out of the way. And Azursa behind you, still wolfing down this massive bowl of food, of course. And the door bursts open with the sound of very high-pitched singing, like a Disney princess, but sung by somebody who really can't sing very well. But that kind of vibe, a very high-pitched, all over the place, very oversung tunes without really lyrics to it at all, right? Just, like Snow White or something, just going crazy, but not nowhere near as good. And this lady comes out with several bowls of stew on her arms, and she's kind of dancing around. Some of the stew is occasionally spilling out of the side and slopping onto the floor. There is a dog who is following behind her and lapping up at the stew that hits the floor. Let me get off the desk. Stew. There we go. He says, "Oh goodness, you finally arrived. I have prepared your dinners all for you in advance. Here, you may take them. You may take them." And she'll come around and begin putting bowls down in front of each of you with a little bit of a curtsy. "I am Greensong. A pleasure to meet you. A pleasure to meet you."
Are you the third proprietress?
Indeed, I am. And this here is Morty, and she puts a hand on her dog's head.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Your dog sounds fucked up.
He is very loyal and very kind. I do hope you enjoy your stew. I put extra love into it.
Detect magic on the food?
I wasn't gonna say the recluse in Xander wants to do a medicine check to know what the hell love is.
What the hell love is?
What the hell is that, and what's it gonna do?
Know what love is.
So you are openly casting detect magic, then, yeah? Just checking. Or did you already have it up? Because that's fine too. I just was curious.
I assume I would just have it up all as often as I could here.
Okay, fair enough. I will say, the way detect magic works, as a reminder, is you can detect whether or not there is magic within 30 feet of you at all times. So in this kind of place, it's always saying yes. And then, as an action on your turn, you can say, you can choose to see the auras around things too, which I think takes a bit of focus to do. So if you want to really stare at the soup for a second as an action, that is fine. I would just kind of orienting the rules a little bit there to make sure that
I am going to accept my soup and contemplate my reflection.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, the soup is like a very deep, sort of red, cloudy broth. Chunks of various vegetables floating in it. And detect magic does not reveal any auras on the soup.
All right.
In a similar vein, is there a way? What would I do? What check would it be to just kind of as I'm stirring around, just to see if I can recognize any ingredients or something?
I mean, if you want to stir around without drawing attention, try to figure it out without being obvious and that kind of thing, I'm gonna give you disadvantage, but I would say another herbalism check or something.
You know what?
Uh,
Might as well try it. I'll just say it's hot if if anyone wants to question it, but I'll do the disadvantage roll.
yeah, it's made of soup. You recognize a bunch of different root vegetables in here. It's mostly veggies, really. It's just a vegetable soup that has been created from, excuse me, whatever they had around. It's probably something similar to like minestrone soup or something like that. That's what I'm gonna go with. That seems like a healthy thing they'd serve at a place like this, and good too. And look at that, it's even a red broth, just like I remembered it. Perfect. Yeah, it's canon now. It's minestrone soup.
Um, I'm going to taste the soup.
It's pretty good. Green Song did a pretty good job, it seems like. She's looking at you expectantly as you sip the broth.
Delicious. It's been a while since I've had a home cooked meal like this.
Oh, good.
And
I'm glad you like it.
finish my soup.
Like I said, it is made with extra love, as I always do for our customers, of course.
I'll kind of do the same thing, take a bite, and then just kind of get the thumbs up, and then just turn because I want to see what the hell how Darbek's gonna handle soup.
Darbeck just kind of looks at the spoon. He knows he's used one sometime before, and he just kind of starts eating it like normal.
Really
Normal,
hoping
yeah.
we're just gonna pick the whole bowl up and just dump it in one move.
Just jaw unhinges, just pour the whole bowl in.
Well, it's made of metal. It could basically just open.
True.
I wanted
But
to
no.
do that, but I feel like it would be rude, and then they would be like, "Well, we can offer you this service to help with that."
Yes, indeed. Good intuition. So as you guys eat, Azursa is in the corner. She finishes her massive bowl of soup. And she gets up and sort of wipes off her mouth with the back of one hand and says, "Another, please!" And she tosses the bowl into the back, and the servant in the corner of the bar here catches the bowl, and it kind of dances in their fingertips a little bit before they manage to like securely catch it. And then Green Song's like, "Oh, you," and she heads back into the kitchen with the bowl.
Would been real funny if you had her do a check to see if she didn't just lock one of us with the ball.
Nah, she's pretty accurate. She threw it up over your heads, and like I said, the servant back there had to catch it, but she did get it.
Just hits Darbeck, and you hear ding.
The ball just shatters against Starbuck. She stands up from where she's seated and comes up behind all of you. Actually, like slaps a hand on the back of Xandri and Frenier. "Well, I've heard that you're all accomplished adventurers. Yes, adventuring types. Well, it looks like it's hard for us to even get you to part with your armor and weapons." It's
Habits
okay.
die hard.
Yes, of course, habits die hard, and she also is wearing armor at the moment, and I understand these habits and the security you can feel in such a garb. Of course, I can relate. Absolutely.
Besides, wouldn't want to go soft after not carrying the weight of my armor for a couple days.
Of course not. That's the spirit. Maybe you all would have fun at my challenges tomorrow. There is a reward if you're able to beat all of my challenges. Just saying, and well, it could be interesting. Could be a new experience, and could keep your muscles in good shape. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about, actually. Well, as much as I prefer to keep my own skills sharp, I must see to the other customers. She quiets down a little bit when she says that. They love the garden and my workout routines, of course. So I've got my hands busy with that. But we do have a bit of a problem on our hands that I was hoping you could all help us solve. Some adventuring types like yourselves have come at just the perfect time.
How do you tell?
Yes, well, you see, our famous baths, the cornerstone of this establishment, and really one of the reasons people come far and wide to see this place. It is a bathhouse after all, first and foremost, even beyond the other spa treatments we have available. Unfortunately, this place was, well, let me back up a little bit. Fortunately, this place was blessed by fey magic long ago, and that is one of the reasons that the pool of the bathhouse is so enchanting. But unfortunately, that fey magic has brought about some trickery. You see, a spirit has bound itself to the waters and has begun burning people that even try to touch the waters. It is quite nasty business, and we've had to close down the bathhouse as of this evening, unfortunately. I hope none of you were still looking to have a bath here. But if you would all be willing to go and dispel this spirit, we'd sure to pay you a handsome sum.
Insight check. Is she telling the truth about the bath situation and the spirit and the fey magic?
Sure, insight check. I mean, seems to be telling the truth, yeah.
We can certainly take a look. We are still here to look for a friend of ours, but might
Yes,
as well.
I do remember you talking about that before. I still think my theory holds some merit there. You said a worshipper of Sune came by, yes? They must have just gone back straight to the shrine in the back and moved on when they found it. Unfortunately, run down.
Perhaps. We'll take a look at your bath and also keep an eye out for our friend.
Of course, yes, of course. We have not seen a It was a dwarf. Yes, we've not seen a dwarf around here in quite some time. I'm certain. So, they must have not even stopped by our establishment. They must have been here purely for the shrine. That is the only thing that makes sense to me.
So check to see if she's telling the truth about not having seen a dwarf for some time.
Sure. I mean, she appears to be telling the truth.
All right then.
Oh. She, as you were all focused on her, she points over your heads as Green Song comes out, singing the same tune as she was before, but this time with like gritted teeth. And she holds the bowl out, and Azursa actually kind of shoves Frenier out of the way a little bit just to reach over and grab the bowl. Pardon my reach. Grabs the bowl. Well, I'll take this with me. Come along, you two. If you're not going to touch your food, then you should burn some more calories until you're feeling hungry. Come along. And she takes the bowl with her and kind of eats as she walks, and the other two guests like they seem to be so distracted with their bickering that as soon as somebody like suggested any other course of activity, they just went along with it and continue bickering as they go. So,
What an interesting person.
I could have just reached over my head, I feel like.
Yes, Lady Azursa certainly is interesting. Greensong will curtsy and return to the kitchen.
So, what do we want to do?
If we take a look at the bathhouse, we've got a few hours before sunset.
Morgana
Sounds
will
like a plan.
chirp in. Azursa is very direct. She didn't promise you payment yet, did she?
You did?
Well,
Oh, she did.
we are planning to pay you, of course, but did she specify an amount?
No.
I don't believe so.
You
Well,
did say
this
handsomely.
spirit is quite troublesome for us. If you manage to take care of it, we'll pay you 50 gold pieces a person.
No. Definitely will take that under consideration.
Very
Mind
well.
if we take a peek at the bats?
Of course, you will need to in order to complete your work, will you not? Saith can show you the way if he has not already.
I believe we remember the way.
He did a.
Excellent.
I'm going to intentionally specify he did a good job.
Oh, good. Yes, he's always done a very good job. We appreciate having him around.
It's. We're just gonna head out now to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow, the
Alright, let's-
bathhouse is boiling people.
Boil, boil, burn, boil.
So the bathhouse actually would be hard to reach from the direction you guys are going. If you want to head
This way, right?
towards the entryway of the building and then north from there, you should be able to reach it that way. Yep. All right, so as you guys enter this place, I'll describe it again just in case. I think I have described it already, but there's a floor of polished white marble surrounding a large central pool of steaming turquoise water in this large open-air bath. Stone pillars stand along outside the wall, sculpted with relief carvings of Sune. Between the pillars, frosted windows diffuse the light from the outside through the mist that hangs in the air. The pool appears to be 10 feet deep, give or take. And the water is, the water appears like I said, like this weird turquoise color that is humming with a little bit of magic, Corniana, you do detect. That it doesn't appear to be a natural color of water, but it is very pretty.
Can I squint at the water and see what kind of magic?
Does not appear to be a spell school.
Good to know. Are those people still there?
Indeed, there are 2 servants in the room, standing at the corner, just ready, kind of vaguely staring off into space and seeming like they're just waiting for orders.
Hey, we're here to take a look at the water burning people problem. I don't know what's gonna happen when we start poking around, so you guys might want to find somewhere a little safer. Like, not the bathhouse.
As you address them, they do turn to look at you and acknowledge you, but the expressions on their faces do not change, and they do not leave their positions. As you are speaking to them, though, Saith will come up and say, "It's all right. You heard them. You heard them. Come along. They will deal with it. Then you can return to your posts. Of course, the ladies will not take issue with this, and the servants will just follow him out."
Cool. As soon as we're alone, I'm going to re-up detect magic.
Okay.
Just so that I have a fresh one that'll last a while. And I'm gonna take my dagger and poke it into the water.
Okay. What is the intent of poking the dagger? Is it an aggressive motion, or are you just testing what happens when something touches the water?
Bit of both. see how it behaves. Like, does it actually follow how water behaves in terms of surface tension and thickness and all that? And also see if my dagger starts getting burned or corroded or something like that.
Okay. Give me an investigation check to see if you notice any details about the water as you poke it. It do look like water, though. It seems to ripple in the same way you would expect, all of that. It seems to cling to the blade in the same way you expect. But you pull the blade back out of the water, and is this a magic dagger?
No, it isn't.
The dagger has corroded as if you have dipped it into a volume of acid, and it has now a -2 to attack and damage rolls.
Okay. Well, I'm going to toss that dagger into the bag of holding and retrieve the other one.
Okay.
We got a pH strip in there.
That would be nice, but no. I'm gonna have to buy a new dagger, I guess, or find a way to fix this one.
Does anything look different than when we were last in here? Or have they said it's been burning people for a while?
Oh God. You just go in.
My arrow keys. I missed on the arrow
It's
keys.
okay. I figured as much. Xandri just dies, giving the Terminator thumbs up as he falls into the pool. Like,
What was that movie? Dante's Peak or something?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
to
you know what scene I'm
answer-
talking about.
Answer Darbek's question though. No, it looks pretty much the same as last time you were in here.
They say how long it's been burning people.
They did not specify.
Actually, I'm going to reach back into the bag of holding, take the corroded dagger, and like actually stab it with intent to do damage if the water is a thing that can be damaged.
Okay. Make me a dagger attack roll at -2. All right, you go to stab out at the water, and as the water makes contact with the blade, the dagger completely crumbles and is no longer usable, and is essentially junk. As most of it breaks off into the water and just dissolves.
I toss whatever's left in.
All right, it just all very quickly dissolves away into the acid and is no more.
All right. Well, Darbek, do not poke in here. This will dissolve you.
Sounds good.
Anybody else have any ideas or weapons that you don't mind losing to try and destroy this thing, or should I go for the
Wait.
dramatic explosive solution?
Did we think that it's only going to do metal? It's not going to dissolve us as well?
I mean, they said it's burning people, so it'll probably dissolve us.
Yeah, probably shouldn't jump in then. I guess.
Hey, Xandri.
Um.
Mhm.
hmm.
Since you're a little separated from the group while they're having this conversation, can you give me a perception check, please? 18 is pretty good. You notice rippling across the surface of the water just a gentle pattern right near you, specifically. A pattern that, after you take a good look at it, it almost looks like the water is, and the ripples in the water are shaping themselves like a tree.
Mm. That's unsettling. What I was going to ask is, do these statues like seem normal? Is there like something strange about them?
These statues are very similar to the one you saw in the shrine. Different positions and stuff, but they're all clearly statues of the goddess Sune. If you'd like to take a closer look, that would be an investigation check.
Check. And no, we're not checking
They
anything.
do be statues.
Do we want to go with nuclear option, or does anybody else have some
Well,
probably wiser idea
I'll
first?
quickly just report what I saw.
Oh, huh. Oh, I did not mean to do that. What I do need to do is wander off by myself for a sec to see what I see.
All right. You look into the water, and you see your face in the reflection.
I just space out for a little bit, kind of chill, keep an eye out for ripples on out of the corner of my eye.
Roll me a perception check. Pretty hard to tell. There's a lot of ripples in here. You don't see anything that is organizing itself in a strange way. Zandri, though, you see the same ripple of trees near you still. A little subtler than before, but now that you've caught it once, it's easier to make out.
Well,
I
I'm
don't know what
not
to do with
seeing
that
anything.
information.
What was that, Zandri?
I don't know what to do with this information.
Fair. Have you let the party know about it?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. If you would point them out, then everyone else can see them too. They do appear to be near Zandri specifically.
Does it look like a? It looks like a tree, not a giant bat.
Looks like
It's
a
not
tree.
trying to mock him.
Can I thorn whip into the ripple? I guess before I actually attack, I will confirm with everyone. If everyone's good with me about it, to just slap that ripple area I'm looking at with a whip.
You mentioned to everybody that you would like to smack that ripple area with a whip. You would like to smack that, and the ripples stop.
Is this something that everyone sees too?
Yes. The pool doesn't go like naturally, like unnaturally still or anything. It's just that the pattern in the ripples goes back to like natural rippling.
Seriously, guys, do you have any smart options?
I'm looking at my spells, and I don't have any smart options because they all blow stuff up or burn things.
Do we think this has anything to do with what we saw in the temple?
It might. She did say something about the pool burning people now.
Did she? I'm not remembering all the details.
Question: So you mentioned how the
real quick,
windows are
sure.
like affecting the water and stuff, like
Um,
color wise.
the windows are frosted, so the light from the outside is hitting the mist on the air and all that, and looks pretty. But yeah, the pool appears to be, excuse me, a weird color that water is not normally. It's like this teal color that like it almost looks like somebody put a little bit of a dye in it to make it look more attractive, that kind of thing. But it appears to be a spell or of some kind, or some kind of magic that is doing that rather than dye, because it is emanating magic.
Just checking.
Alright, not hearing any smart options, I'm casting Hunger of Hadar in the pool.
It's poggers. My Interstellar soundtrack is very creepy. Whew. Oh gosh.
Oh, that's a big circle.
Alright, if there's anything in there, now it has to deal with this.
Soft whispers and slurping noises.
Yeah.
Indeed. And we're going to roll for initiative.
This is the only thing I have that doesn't require me to see a creature to use it. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't know if there's anything in there or not, but
Jesus.
if there is, it's in trouble.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Right.
It's fucking 6. Ooh.
Jeez.
Not last.
Oh, that's loud, but that's fine. There we go. Begin combat. And that is a saving throw, yes? Dexterity? You can go ahead and roll damage for that and stuff.
Yes.
However it works.
Saving throw DC 14.
Okay. How does this spell work?
Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed.
The dexterity saving throw or take acid damage. Okay, cool. So, Zendri, it is your turn, but the entire pool is covered with a sphere of inky blackness that you cannot see through.
Does not help me.
For honor.
Oh, jeez, I actually have to see if I don't waste a spell just trying to do something. Let's, you know what, start. We'll just activate this for a bonus action. Not really much I can attack currently. I mean, I guess I could technically just shoot in a general direction, but...
Up to you. If you want to shoot in a general direction, you basically have to pick a square on the map and just tell me that you're shooting there, and we'll see if it works. Since the water is also a three-dimensional place that is 10 feet deep, you also have to tell me if you're aiming high or low. Like surface of the water, 5 feet deep or 10 feet deep. So aiming blindly is pretty low odds, but you could do it.
Oh yeah,
You know,
just
why not
heads
just
up, this
take a
thing is
random...
20-foot radius sphere.
Yes.
Nice. Milky, otherworldly tentacles will rub against you if you go in the circle.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Also gonna take one
like
step
got
to the
whispers
side,
and
'cause that's-
slurping noises.
Yeah, they'll also slurp you.
And no light can illuminate it.
What happens in
Are
the
you
circle
just in
stays in the
charge
circle.
of yeah, are you in charge of just getting rid of it then? Like a concentration or something like that? Yeah, alright.
Yeah, it's
You know what,
concentration.
let's do... God, I have to count squares. 5 up. 4 from the left. 5 feet deep. Blind attack. Let's just do it.
You can put your cursor over the square too, and I think Jordan can see it.
Well, just
where
just
Joanna
put your cursor on a square and tell me how deep. Sorry, where Joanna is, but okay.
It would 5 deep there, because
Okay.
sure.
You shoot into the darkness. You have no idea if you hit or not. Go ahead and roll damage just in case you hit.
You know, the sad part is, I know I didn't hit because it's max damage.
Classic, right? I mean, what are the odds? 1 in like multiple hundred or 1,000 with this many possibilities?
I mean, how many squares are there, and then like times 3 for the different depths.
Right, exactly.
Can I just prepare? Can I prepare
It's
a spell?
easily between 100 and 200. So you got like a
Why did I
1%
look up
chance.
tentacle gifts? Why did I look
Yeah,
up
why
tentacle
did you
gifts?
do that? Why did you do that?
That's your, you know, yeah, you have
That
no one
was
to live
on
with
you.
yourself.
I thought I could find some before it got AO, but it was just immediate. It wasn't bad, but it was like not good.
Right.
Damn it! I just hope I can
Okay.
find an octopus or something.
I could make. I feel like I have 2 options. It's either try to shatter the window open, or make this sphere even more hell.
Yeah,
I think I'm leaning
do
towards
whichever you
the
want.
more hell. We're gonna
Okay.
fucking
Octopus is
cast
better.
spike growth at
There
the
we go.
bottom.
Spike growth
the
at the
pool.
bottom. Okay. So I'm gonna say that just covers the bottom, like people on the ground down there. So that would be if they go to the bottom row, then they'd be affected by that. So
Yeah,
I'll keep in
that's
mind
what I
the
was-
spike growth. Absolutely.
And I took a step to the left because I would like slightly more distance from the sphere.
All right. And at this point, oh no, you already took a short rest. I was gonna say the bats finally die, but you already took a short rest. They already did anyways. Okay. Well then. Your turn ends. Quiniana, you can roll your damage for the thing. I don't remember if you ever did that. Is it 2d6 cold to
Yep.
start? Uh, 6 and 5. 11 cold to start. Sheesh.
And I believe because I have the pack bonus, or the, not what it's called, hold on. Invocation I do, I have Devil's Sight, so I can see into the sphere.
Devil's Sight. You can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical. Hunger of Hadar.
It's a magical darkness, I think.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It does say like inky blackness, which I think is slightly different, but I think the intention is for that to work. So yes. You, however, don't see anything in there.
And unless it leaves the sphere, it'll take the 4 acid damage.
Indeed. However, as you're searching through the water, trying to figure out what could be, like where could this creature be, can you pin it down, anything like that, suddenly a twisting pattern of colors weaves through the air around you, forming intricate geometric shapes and spirals, rainbow colors all around you. I need everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw against Charmed. If you have any features
Just to
that...
double check
that
because
John?
I don't remember. I didn't remember for the first however many sessions. This is a magic check, right?
Yes, gnomes do have advantage on this.
Can you check if you're? I don't think that was this person.
You are not a gnome.
Wisdom save.
I can confirm that.
No, maybe my last character. What's his name? The guy who's dead. I think he had like.
Oh, elves
he like
have
couldn't be
bonuses and
charmed.
stuff, if that was... Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
Okay, so
Dragonborn
I
do
think
not.
I'm just. Wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw.
Nice.
All right. Do. Fernir, you are charmed. Quiniana, you are charmed. While charmed in this way, you are, let's see, let me find the place in the spell where I was looking. While charmed by the spell, you are incapacitated and have a speed of 0 as you have been hypnotized and you are stuck in a daze. Darbek.
Okay, so okay.
I don't think there's anything I can do.
That's up to you. How creative are you feeling?
I can spray color into the water, but I don't think that'll do anything.
Yeah, I do believe Hunger of Hadar specifies that no light, magical or otherwise, can penetrate it. So unfortunately, a spell that is light would not work.
It's not. Oh, it is light. Okay.
Good thought,
Yeah.
though.
No. I guess I'm just gonna.
You could
hold
search
a-
around. You could see if you could find something. It's up to you. Or you could hold an action. That's true, too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold an attack action with
for
my
what
dagger,
trigger?
I guess. If something, if I get slapped with something,
Alright, if something hits you, you'll attack back. Got it. Vernier, you are charmed. You are charmed for the duration.
woo!
Quiniana, you are charmed for the duration. Sandri,
Duration of the spell, or do I get to make a wisdom saving throw at the end of my turn?
you do not get to make a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn. You are charmed for the duration of the spell.
So, question, with the giant black sphere of death, that's a concentration spell, right?
Good
Yep.
point. I believe it is, yes, but let me double check the rules for incapacitated. You cannot take actions or reactions, so it's nothing about concentration, so you're fine there.
So it's just still up.
Still up. Yep.
Alright, well, that makes things a little more annoying for me, because I was kind of hoping it would go for a sec. With Tidal Wave, can I send it downward if there's depth?
Can you... Let's see. Tidal wave. Conjure up a wave of water that crashes down on an area within range. I guess so, yeah.
Because I would just Tidal Wave and just send everything down.
Okay.
Okay,
it's
let's see.
prone. Okay.
30 feet, 10 feet.
It just says it would knock things prone. It doesn't say it would push them. So you could knock things prone that were in the water, but yeah, you can aim it down if that's what you're looking to do. That absolutely. You could try and
Yeah,
hit it
we're
lower
just
level.
gonna do that anyways, because
Just show me where your template's dropping.
oh, geez, where do I draw? Where's the draw thing? Crap, which one is the draw thing?
Are we stopping in
if
5 minutes, or are
you-
we going to do the combat?
We will hopefully be stopping soon, but let's just.
Okay,
keep it
I'm
rolling.
only asking because I'll stay. I have to pee so bad. But if we're stopping soon, then I won't.
I mean, your turn is multiple turns away, and you're charmed. So if you gotta go,
Oh, I just don't want to miss stuff. I'll survive.
Sandri, the spell should have a template button somewhere on it when you go to cast it. If not, then we can work it out. 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall.
Yeah, it didn't come up with anything when I hit the thing.
It's fine. Here, let me just drop a line. 30 feet wide, right? Or 10 feet wide, 30 feet long.
Yep.
Alright,
30, 10,
where would
10.
you like this to go? Originating from you.
Let's do that.
Right in the middle?
Yeah.
Alright, you sploosh water into the sphere. And it is what kind of saving throw? Dexterity.
A dexterity.
Alright. Excellent.
A pog saving throw.
You smush things down against your thorny spike growth, hopefully. Anything else, Sandri?
Because it technically doesn't hurt. Let me just get to the right spot. We're just gonna pick another spot and shoot. We just put it. Let's do this spot, just cause.
Cool. Roll damage as well, just in case. Yeah, thank you. Anything else, Sandri?
That'll do it.
Okay.
Get it do.
Well then. Let's
If the
see.
creature's still there, I'd get to do another round of damage for Hunger Kadar, right?
Indeed, you can go ahead and roll that. Alrighty. The spell on both Quiniana and Vernier drops.
Woo, pog.
Anything else?
Well, I will just give you guys some time here. How long will you keep throwing things out into the pool?
I feel like my question's gonna be, if the black sphere that prevents us from seeing anything disappeared, would we actually see anything?
Good question.
Because that's pretty much my answer is, if I can suddenly see it when it goes away, then I will.
I guess that is a
shoot
good
at it.
question as well. That Hunger of Hadar lasts how long? 1 minute. So you guys would have 1 minute, essentially, if you wanted to last that whole duration of the spell.
Let me just check some. Let me just check the
You guys,
form. How long does
do you
that
guys want
last?
to essentially try to boil this thing to death, but with cold damage?
We could.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was just
gonna
checking to
let
make sure
Hunger
my
of
form wouldn't
Hadar
expire.
run its entire course.
Okay.
And then I guess like 30 seconds early or something like that, I'm gonna drop it so it's not exactly a minute.
Alrighty.
So that if there's something in there, maybe it's surprised.
Fair enough. So the time runs out on your spell. And you can see clearly down to the bottom again. There does not appear to be anything in the water. What you guys do?
Huh.
What you doing? You got a pool of water.
Dive in. No. Oh, are we not in initiative now?
Nope. What you guys doing? I
Mm.
mean, you let this thing boil for multiple turns of pretty high damage spell.
If I
And no
Take
spells have been
Thorn
cast
Whip.
at you in a while.
take Thorn Whip out and just kind of like, not to like attack it, but just dip the whip into the water, what happens?
It's a magical thorn whip, so nothing. You've essentially just like created a tendril of magic that looks like a whip. It's not like an actual physical thorn whip thing.
I'll dip my little small knife in it. Oh, I don't have my small knife. Never mind, I lied. I don't have it. I'll dip a dagger in it. I'll dip a dagger in it.
You go to dip the dagger in the water, and you pull it out clean.
Show it to the others.
Dip a foot in the water.
Zandri, you notice some splashes of water on the ground next to you that look like writing. Not like active splashes. I mean like little puddles, like streaks of water on the marble floor.
Yep.
It's rough,
But
it's there.
is it readable?
It is in Druidic. And it says, very scathingly, you call yourself a friend of nature. And that is where we're going to end for this evening.
Did I just get called out by water?
I don't know. You tell me.
Are you call yourself a Hydra homie?
Yeah, you call yourself a hydro homie? Damn.